Tuesday morning on PCR FM, it's the Kevlar Orange Breakfast Show playing Pink. Who knew? So, mental health for young people has hopefully seen its first major win after a successful meeting with various decision makers across the city, including the MP Paul Bristow and members of the local CCG as well, all put together by Dilraj Kaur from Citizens UK, who's joining us now to talk to us about these 5 Peterborough schools and what they achieved. Dilraj, good morning.
Good morning.
We love to share positive stories like this, and you've certainly, I think, set a chain in motion here to see some positive change across our city, and certainly along the lines of improving mental health services. So can you tell me a little bit more about what yesterday's meeting was all about?
Yes, of course. So Citizens UK are an organisation which use community organising to create social justice for the common good. And we brought together some schools, some local schools in November, hosted by TDA. So TDA were trained in community organising, and they invited various schools. So initially we had 12 schools, and then afterwards 5 schools created their mental health action team. And they listened to over 500 students across the city and underwent a research study and found out issues of mental health that were that they identified that they wanted to bring up with the decision makers.
It sounds pretty powerful stuff.
Yeah, it was just so fantastic watching the students really have really adult conversations, and especially during a pandemic, they're still having conversations with decision makers. So the students found out certain issues, and would you like me to talk about?
Yeah, well, that was the next question. So, they've got the ear of Paul Bristow, the MP. They've got the ear of the CCG, and these are actual students talking about their actual concerns. So what were some of the points that the students raised?
Yeah, so first and foremost, they said that they have no idea what mental health services are available to them, or even how to identify their own mental health issues. So how do they know, even if they were to search it, what do they know to look for? Or how far is the nearest mental health service? Can they get there? What buses do they need to take? And those students that have got into mental health services were put on really, really long waiting lists and waited over 3 months with CAMS, only to find out that they then get third sector help, which isn't always a professional. And over this pandemic, they found out that mental health has increased 4 times as much over COVID. And the most shocking thing that they found in the research was Peterborough has 1 in 12 of the worst mental health services in the country.
Wow. So what change do you think will come of this meeting? Were they given any promises?
Yes, so with the training that they've had with community organising, we always ask for specific asks. So one is a dedicated group of students are going to be working with Catherine's Group, a senior member of the CCG, to better the access of mental health services. So we asked Catherine's Group, will a working group of students help you better the access of it? And they were great. They were very willing to work with us and take on advice, and quite admittedly said, yes, we know we have a poor online service that people don't know how to access, especially not young people, and we've not actually heard or listened to young people at all. So this is the first time they've really worked with young people. And a key element of Citizens UK is they talk to the people, not about them. So it's amazing how many policies are made across the country, even nationally, about people without even actually speaking to them. So they're very willing to work with the young people and agreed to meet at the end of February or beginning of March to work with the young people. And MP Paul Bristow, I will be working with a group of students to present a list of research questions to put forward to Parliament to lobby funding for Peterborough in particular for more money for mental health services. So it was a really, really successful meeting, and MP Paul Bristow and Catherine Goose from the CCG were really active in wanting to work with us.
Well, that's really positive to hear. Dilraj, thank you for coming on and sharing that with us. And I'm sure if people listening want to get more information about what Citizens UK do, they can search you up online. And perhaps you'll come back again after the next meeting and give us another update.
Yes, that would be wonderful. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. That was Dilraj Kaur from Citizens UK talking about how secondary schools across Peterborough successfully came together yesterday to co-create, potentially, a pathway to better mental health services. It's PCR, it's the police.